Heroes. Today we will be talking to a local firefighter, Scott Edwards. Scott has been working for the Vancouver Fire Department for 10 years,
11 now.
11 years, and we will be asking him some questions about his job. Scott, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, why did you decide to become a firefighter?
In the downturn of '08, I was considering alternative jobs as a backup. Before the downturn actually hit, I wanted to think about would I want to go back to school, or I considered for a little bit going back to school to become a graphic artist or something like that. But I didn't want to have a desk job, and I talked to a friend of mine who had mentioned that considering firefighting when he was younger. And so when I started thinking about that, got me curious and interested. And there was an easy way to find out if that would be a good fit, and that was just to try to get hired on as a volunteer part-time firefighter in the town where we live. So I think that introduction to it, coming a part-time firefighter in the small town of Duval, was a good way to figure out if it would suit my personality and if I would enjoy it. And after a little while of doing that, it was clear to me that that would be a great career change. So that was how I chose.
Was it different than like when you were little and thought about what firefighters do, or even into your adulthood, because you didn't start this career until later in your life? Was it different than how you envisioned a firefighter's job would be, and why?
Yeah, it was different. I would say that I didn't even give firefighters much of a thought at all as a kid. Growing up, I was more enthralled with athletes and surfing, and I really didn't think about professions much growing up. I even reached out to a lot of people to try to figure out what I should do with my life. Just kind of got a lot of, well, you'll figure it out kind of thing. And so I kind of was muddling my way through trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And it had never really crossed my mind. I would say the closest thing to it crossing my mind was I think it was my brother who had said, you would be a good firefighter. And that was somewhere around the time that I was 18 or 19. And then my brother-in-law, I think it was him, that said, very next was, yeah, but they have a limit for how much money they can make. And so I thought, I don't want anybody telling me how much money I can make. So it kind of turned me off of the idea. So I don't know that I had a really good idea about, or even thought about it, what firefighters did or do, or what their lifestyle was like, or what their schedule was like, or how much money they made, or what their role in the community is, or any of that stuff. I really never even gave it a second thought. And so I kind of went into it with pretty fresh eyes, I guess, when I started volunteering.
You had to have given it, not to beat a dead horse here, but when you said, I think I'll go see what firefighting's all about, you had to have thought a little bit about it at that time. At least what was shown in the movies. You did see a movie, Ladder 49, with your wife, which was devastating. So you had kind of a mental picture. Did Hollywood affect your idea of firefighters at all? Or when you went into it, that didn't even cross your mind?
Well, it probably did. I think the way that it would have crossed my mind the most, thinking about it, is that it's kind of like a family experience. Like with Hollywood, you know, it's tough to believe what they show in Hollywood. So I wasn't expecting that I was going to be jumping from burning buildings every day, or making these heroic rescues every day or anything like that. But I figured that things that were likely going to be accurate was that it was more of a family